Welcome back, everybody. It's me again, that awkward person. Okay. Hello. So, to make up for last night's really tired reading, today we are reading from Percy Jackson's Greek Gods by Rick Riordan. So, today we are reading Chapter 1, and depending on how long it takes, we will only read part of it. So, anyways. Chapter 1 is called The Beginning and Stuff. So here we go. In the beginning, I wasn't there. I don't think the ancient Greeks were either. Nobody had a pen and paper to take notes, so I can't vouch for what follows, but I can tell you it's what the Greeks thought happened. At first, there was pretty much nothing. A lot of nothing. The first god, if you can call it that, was chaos. A gloomy, soupy mist with all the matter in the cosmos drifting around. Here's a fact for you. Chaos literally means the gap. If you heard that, that was my cousin's dog. He's in the background because we're dog sitting him. But anyways. And we're not talking about the clothing store. I didn't even know there was a clothing store called The Gap, but if you know it, we're not talking about that, okay? Just FYI. Eventually, chaos got less chaotic. Maybe it got bored with being all gloomy and misty. Some of its matter collected and solidified into the earth, which unfortunately developed a living personality. She called herself Gaia, the Mother Earth. I read that wrong. The Earth Mother. I've read this like 5 times before doing this, and I just screwed it up. Moving on. Now, Gaia was the actual Earth. The rocks, the hills, the valleys, the whole enchilada. But she could also take on human-like form. She liked to walk across the earth, which was basically walking across herself, in the shape of a matronly woman with a flowing green dress, curly black hair, and a serene smile on her face. The smile had a nasty disposition. You'll see that soon enough. After a long time alone, Gaia looked up into the misty nothing above the earth and said to herself, "You know what would be good? A sky. I could really go for a sky. And it would be nice if he was also a handsome man I could fall in love with, because I'm kind of lonely down here with just these rocks, you know, like this rock. My friend painted that for me. You'll actually see that in another video as soon as I edit it. Wow. Anyways, moving on. Either Chaos heard her and cooperated, or Gaia simply willed it to happen. Above the earth, the sky formed, a protective dome that was blue in the daytime and black at night. The sky named himself Uranus. And yeah, that's another spelling for Uranus. So for you guys, the first one was spelled O-U-R-A-N-O-S, and the other one is, you know, the normal U-R-A-N-U-S. So basically you just, most of it, yeah, you know, you get it. Okay, we're moving on. There's pretty much no way you can pronounce that name without people snickering. But we're all mature here, right? Except for me, I'm not mature. But I'm mature about that. Anyways. It just sounds wrong. Why he didn't choose a better name for himself, like Deathbringer Jose, I don't know. But it might explain why Uranus was so cranky all the time. Like Gaia, Uranus could take human shape and visit the Earth, which was good, because the sky is way up there, and a long-distance relationship never works out. Yeah, it's true. In physical form, he looked like a tall, buff guy with longish dark hair. He wore only a loincloth, which I think is kind of gross, but whatever. And his skin changed color, sometimes blue with cloudy patterns across his muscles, sometimes dark with glimmering stars. Sometimes you'll see pictures of him holding a zodiac wheel representing all the constellations that pass through the sky and over for eternity. Anyway, Uranus and Gaia got married. Happily ever after? Not exactly. Part of the problem was that Chaos got a little creation happy. He thought it thought to its misty self, hey, earth and sky, that was fun. I wonder what else I could make. Soon it created all sorts of other problems, and by that I mean gods. Water collected out of the mist of chaos pooled in the deepest parts of the earth and formed the first seas, which naturally developed a consciousness, the god Pontus. Then Chaos really just went nuts and thought, I know. How about a dome like the sky, but at the bottom of the earth? That would be awesome. So another dome came into being beneath the earth. But it was dark and murky and generally not very nice, since it was always hidden from the light of the sky. This was Tartarus, the pit of evil, and as you can guess from the name, when he developed a godly personality, he didn't win any popularity contests. The problem was, both Pontus and Tartarus liked Gaia, which put some pressure on her relationship with Uranus. A bunch of other premortal gods popped up, but if I tried to name them all, we'd be here for weeks. Chaos and Tartarus had a kid together, don't ask how, I don't know, called Nyx, who was the embodiment of night. Then Nyx, somehow all by herself, had a daughter named Hermera, who was day. Those two never got along because they were as different as, well, you know, night and day. Yeah. According to some stories, Chaos also created Eros, the god of procreation. In other words, mommy gods and daddy gods having lots of little baby gods. Other stories claim Eros was the son of Aphrodite. We'll get to her later. I don't know which version is true, but I do know Gaia and Uranus started having kids, with very mixed results. First, they had a batch of 12, 6 girls and 6 boys, called the Titans. These kids looked human, but they were much taller and more powerful. You'd figure 12 kids would be enough for anybody, right? I mean, with a family that big, you've basically got your own reality TV show. Plus, once the Titans were born, things started to go sour with Uranus and Gaia's marriage. Uranus spent a lot more time hanging out in the sky. He didn't visit. He didn't help with kids. Gaia got resentful, obviously. The two of them started fighting. As the kids grew older, Uranus would yell at them and basically act like a horrible dad. A few times, Gaia and Uranus tried to patch things up. Gaia decided maybe if they had another set of kids, it would bring them closer. I know, right? Bad idea. She gave birth to triplets. The problem? These new kids defined the word ugly. They were as big and strong as the Titans, except hulking and brutish, and in desperate need of a body wax. Worst of all, each kid had a single eye in the middle of its forehead. Talk about a face only a mother could love. Well, Gaia loved these guys. She named them the Elder Cyclops, and eventually they would spawn a whole race of other, lesser Cyclops, but that was much later. When Uranus saw the Cyclops triplets, he freaked. These cannot be my kids. They don't even look like me. They are your children, you deadbeat, Gaia screamed back. Don't you dare leave me to raise them on my own. Don't worry, I won't, Uranus growled. He stormed off and came back with thick chains made from the night sky's pure darkness. He bound up the Cyclops and tossed them into Tartarus, which was the only part of creation where Uranus wouldn't have to look at them. Harsh, right? Gaia screamed and wailed, but Uranus refused to release the Cyclops. No one else dared to oppose his orders, because by this time he was getting a reputation as a pretty scary dude. I am king of the universe, he bellowed. How could I not be? I am literally above everything else. I hate you, Gaia wailed. Bah, you will do as I say. I am the first and best of the premortal gods. I was born before you, Gaia protested. You wouldn't even be here if I didn't. Don't test me, he snarled. I've got plenty more chains of darkness. As you can guess, Gaia threw a total earthquake fit. But she didn't see what else she could do. Her first kids, the Titans, were almost adults now. They felt bad for Mom. They didn't like their dad much either. Gaia was always bad-mouthing him, with good reason. But the Titans were scared of Uranus, and felt helpless to stop him. I have to keep it together for the kids, Gaia thought. Maybe I should give it one more try with Uranus. She arranged a nice romantic evening, candles, roses, soft music. They must have rekindled some of the old magic. A few months later, Gaia gave birth to one more set of triplets, as if she needed more proof that her marriage to Uranus was dead. The new kids were even more monstrous than the Cyclops. Each one had 100 arms all around his chest like sea urchin spines, and 50 teeny tiny heads clustered on his shoulders. It didn't matter to Gaia. She loved their little faces, all 150 of them. She called the triplets the 100-handed ones. She barely had time to give them names, though, when Uranus marched over, took one look at them, and snatched them from Gaia's arms. Without a word, he wrapped them in chains and tossed them into Tartarus like bags of recycling. Clearly, the Sky Dude had issues. Well, that was pretty much it for Gaia. She wailed and moaned and caused so many earthquakes that her Titan kids came running to see what was wrong. Your father is a complete... There's literally a line drawn in the book. I don't know what she called him, but I have a feeling that's when the first cuss words were invented. So, seeing as this video is getting pretty long, I think we're going to have to stop there. That's pretty much half the chapter. Trust me, the next chapter is even better. You want to know what it's called? The Golden Age of Cannibalism. You're going to love it, you guys. Trust me. But first, we got to read some Aesop's Fables and some more Hans Christian Andersen. And then, we got to finish this chapter. And then we'll get over to the Golden Age of cannibalism. Trust me, guys, it'll be super fun. Just gotta get something to bookmark this page. I have paper towels in here for some reason. We're using one of those. Okay, page bookmarked. And so now, yes, okay, I have 2 video ideas soon, and they're not readings, they're fun. One has to do with these little critters, and another one has to do with something that I did with my family when we were younger. I have to do some editing first, though. But my brother said he would help me, so trust me, it's gonna happen soon. Next thing we will be reading is the first from Aesop's Fables, maybe even 2, because the first page has 2 really short ones. So we might read both of them. Yeah. So post in the comments if I should read both The Fox and the Grapes and The Goose That Laid the Golden Eggs, or just one of them. So tell me in the comments down below, and I will just see who voted, like how many votes each one got, and we'll go on from there. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the first half of chapter 1 in the beginning, you know, the beginning and stuff. That was fun. Anyways, I've got to go now. Got some stuff to do. So, I'll see you all next time. Bye!